So all of you know foot application how it will work. Okay, so now I am giving for a small features only, not I'm not writing a whole thing. Okay, so and one more thing, here we are writing for a APIs only. Okay, not a full stack application, sorry, APIs. Okay, so now that foot application is main thing is a user module. So user module means it's like a registration, login and forget password is a main thing, and extra features means we can add like order for and cancel for no, cancel port is extra thing, so this is enough. Okay, so only we will for in a user module registration, after login, after forget password and order for. Okay, so for feature we will do in admin module. Admin module is a very important thing. In admin module means it's like add food details and update details, everything it is there. So update means we can change the price and name also, like we can remove that delete order, delete food detail, food okay, so here it is there like add food details, update food details, delete food details. So now I will give the small explanation like this. Okay, so and next week I will give everyone to different application, so everyone want to make our own. Okay, so we will start today. I will open my Eclipse. Do you have any doubt in this application? Anybody have any doubt?
அண்ணா அட்மின் மாடியூல்ஸ்ல வியூ யூசர்ஸ் வராதாண்ணா? யூசர்
அதெல்லாம்
டீடைல்ஸ்.
எக்ஸ்ட்ரா, அது அட்வான்ஸில் வரும்ப்பா. ஸோ
ஓகே
அது
ஓகே.
வந்து நீங்கள் மேக் பண்ணால் மேக் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஓகேவா? ஸோ நான் அது வந்துட்டு உங்களுக்கு ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள்காண்டி தான் பண்ண போகிறேன். ஏன்னா வந்துட்டு ஃபுல் அப்ளிகேஷனை வந்துட்டு ஒரே கிளாஸில் பண்ண முடியாது. ஓகே,
சரி.
ஸோ அதே மாதிரி நான் வந்துட்டு எல்லாமேலாம் பண்ண மாட்டேன். ஸோ வந்துட்டு அந்த ஃபியூச்சரை கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணுறதுக்கான அந்த இது மட்டும் பண்ணுவேன். ஓகே, ஸோ நீங்கள் தான் வந்துட்டு ஃபுல்லாக கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணணும்.
ஓகே.
என்ன Vital?
Sir.
In this application I can't write a whole code. Okay, so I will write some code only, whatever it's needed only I will write. Okay, so in one class we can't do everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will start now. I will first
This video is recording, no?
Yeah, it's video already recording.
Okay.
Okay, so first thing I will create one application. So I am opening that spring start.spring.io website. Okay, so I am checking everything. So here it's a Maven, we need Java, and the version is something is different. Okay, so I am click this version 3.07, it changed. Okay, and okay, 17 jar file. So whatever I need I am checking that everything. So first thing is the Spring Boot dev tool I am clicking. After one Spring Web, and one more thing is like JP repository, JPA. So this is what SQL connector. Okay, and we need for SQL driver also. So MySQL driver also is there. Okay, so these four things are very important thing. I'm generating this thing, generate. Okay, so now our application is built. Okay, so project name. Okay, I will delete this one. I will create a new one. So I don't want, so directly I will put this one. Artifact name is for foot application. Okay, so group name also foot application is enough. So same thing I'll copy here and I'll paste it this place. Okay. Com dot foot application. Okay, so it's fine. I'm generating this one. So now it's generated. Okay, I'm opening and extract into my extract into my local. Extract all. I'm choosing specified location in a project, Java project I'm making. Okay, extract. Now it's extracted. Okay, I'm opening this one. Launch. Okay, completed. Retry please. Another workspace are currently using in this. Okay, cancel. It's not opening. It's taking a little bit of time. Okay, so our application is opened. Okay, so now I will I will import my application here. Now I am importing. So existing main project. Next, whatever we created now, so I will select that same project. Okay, browse. Here foot application now only we generated. Okay, so that one I. Okay, so here I make sure it checked. Okay, so everything I will close first. Now my foot application is importing now. Okay, it's very slow. Okay, now it's import successful. So make sure once we imported, now after we want to install that all the dependencies in our project. Okay, so what I will do here, I will right click and I will installing all the dependencies like maven install. Okay, so maven means it's how that all the configurations like library configuration in that pom.xml file. So we are using that maven install, it will install all the libraries. Okay, so I already explained that maven in the first class and second class. If you need, you can go through the things. Okay, okay, now it's installing. Nothing. Okay, now only it started to installing every libraries. In same time we will configure all the database everything. Okay, so in database means we need to write in all the configuration in a resource file. Okay, application.properties. I opened this one here, I will make sure. Okay, so first thing, now it is already there everything, so I will using that same thing. Okay, same thing you'll copy and paste here also. Okay, so I am using same database and same JDBC class driver everything. So if you need, I will upload into my git. Okay, you can go through that things and after you can use the same thing. Okay, now it's completed. So again I will again one more thing I want to do, like that earlier I install time it giving that error. Okay, so the problem is I did not connect this configuration like database configuration, URL and driver and username and everything I did not connect, so that is why it giving that error. So one more thing, you guys are want to know how will debug the logs and everything. Okay, so if it is error coming means what you want to do, like you want to read the errors line by line. Okay, otherwise if you go the starting itself it will give the first error, so that is what that error. See this one. Okay, now here only it started that error thing. Okay, see. Okay, so what I'm doing, so I am reading this error like this line. Okay, failed to application for this one. What is that, foot application load the class. If you move that last thing it will give all the errors. Okay, so parent boot spring boot and something. So now that I didn't configure the thing, so that it's giving that error. Okay, so now I configured here also. See this one error creating bin with the data source. So now only we added the data source, like this is the data source, driver class name, URL, username. So okay, so now we configure again what we need to do. So we need first one we will clean the previous earlier thing. Okay, so maven clean I'm doing. So maven clean means it will clean earlier installation like library everything. Okay, so that what like if you install that earlier thing, it will get the default of that previous configuration only. So again, if you are installing same thing, it will not override, it will merge. Okay, so again it will give error only. So what we will do, we will clean everything, again we will install a new thing. Okay, now build success that cleaning thing, again I will install. Okay, now I am installing, and if install same time, we will do everything. Okay, one by one, like in a foot application is there. Okay, so what we need to do, first thing is a use, I'm opening my that for this one. Okay, so here it is the user model, so we need to create a first user controller. Okay, so I will create one class, the class like user controller. Okay, that package name also I'm giving user controller only. Okay, now it's fine. One more thing, I want to show something, like before installation we make sure like it build success. Like, okay, now it's success. Okay, now only I will create this one. Okay, so now it's created. Okay, so here what we need to do, so this is for user controller. So controller means we need to add that annotation, Spring annotation, REST controller. Okay, I'm added. Okay, so now it's added. So the controller we did, and one more thing I will do here, I'm giving for a request mapping. So at request mapping, so this request mapping, what it will do, like every request it will contain these things, like so this is for user only. So now I will put user. Okay, if it is admin means I will put admin. Okay, now next thing what we need to add, like first is registration. Okay, so registration we will do. Now what I will do, I will create one function, registration, public static void, not a void. So static also I am removing, like a string response entity we need to give. So response, so this is what we need, response entity. After that function is registration. Okay, so registration in the sense we need to give all the data in a body formation. Okay, so I am using for a post mapping. At post mapping, that name I am giving for registration. Okay, so registration. Okay, so what it will do, like these two things. Okay, so this one request mapping and these things, in a URL we need to give user, this slash user, after this registration we want to give, otherwise it will not work. Okay, so now we completed this one. Return new response entity. I will make sure this one, response entity. Okay, after, so what are we giving that one after, like HTTP status we want to give, HTTP status. So if everything fine means it will give. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, it's after we are close this one. And here we need to take like that user things now. So user registration what will give like I want to mention here. Okay, so data source I will mention. First one email name, sorry, ID, okay, comma name, comma email, comma password. Okay, these things we will give, but a user they will contain lot of details, but it's a demo only, so I'm giving for only few details only. Okay, so phone number also is there, lot of things also there, so I'm giving for ID, name and email ID and password. Okay, so these things we need to give. First what I will do, I will create a DTO class. So here I am giving for a user DTO, user detail, user detail DTO. Okay, so next thing, here also I will write like a DTO dot TTO. Okay, now I created that class user DTO. Here whatever we need for everything we want to mention like ID. Okay, so ID in a sense we need to give that type also. So like a private, first we want to give private int ID. Okay, after private string name, private, next for email ID, so I'm giving for a mail. Okay, that also string only, string mail, and password private string password. Okay, now it's fine, whatever we need we have written. Okay, I'm written this like four things, and after we need to add that getter setter everything, because we are using for private keyword. I am adding for this one default constructor. Okay, so it not have any argument everything. Okay, it's like a default constructor. So constructor in a sense it class name and function name also same only. Okay, and I am creating for a argument constructor like a field constructor. So I make sure everything it's checked. Okay, ID, name and email, password. Okay, and one more thing like getter setter method. Okay, I'm selecting everything. Okay, and one more thing, toString method. Why I am using toString method means we need to know that what kind of data inside the object. Okay, so that why I am using that toString method. So now toString also it's okay. Okay, everything is success. We are using that same thing. Okay, so I am copy this one and I imported to here like this one at request body. Request body, so request body I am giving for this TTO, and TTO is a variable. Okay, so this is what the class name I am using for variable. Whatever it will give that object, it will store into this variable. Okay, this TTO variable I am importing this one, so now it's imported here. See, okay, now it's fine. After what we want to do, we will create a service also. So I will create one more class is a service class, service user service. Okay, here also I am making service package service. Now I created, refresh. Okay, now it came here. So DTO it went somewhere, so but service also went somewhere. Okay, so what I will do, I will move this into this place. Okay, so in this BTO. Okay, so what I will do, this application is there now, again I will add one more foot application in this place. So I'm copying and I paste into that place. Okay, so and we need to move this one. Okay, so I'm moving this one, like it move into this place, foot application. Refresh, check. Now the TTO came in a foot application, so I will remove this one. I don't want. Okay, and the service also I want to move, so in a service where it is there, I am added one more application like this one dot. Okay, and I will move this place. Okay, so it's moved. Refresh, so it came here. I'm deleting this earlier thing. Okay, now it's everything is fine. Controller also dot. Okay, now it's fine. DTO. Okay, so DTO we need to add here. TTO. Okay, now it's fine, everything. Okay, so here it's giving error, so I'm giving for null values, null. Okay, so this service I want to import. First I need to give the annotation, service annotation, service at service. Okay, now what we will do, we will configure auto void in this place. Sorry, at auto void. After I'm making service here, user service, user service, and service I'm giving. So this is what variable name. Okay, so don't confuse, this is the class name. I'm using this service. Okay, user service. Now it's fine. And the next thing, I will call this service. After I will send this data into that service class. So one more thing we want to do, in a try catch we will do use try service dot. So this is what a registration means save method. So okay, I'm using for save method, and I'm passing the parameter like that object, not a parameter, object. Okay, so I didn't create, so what I will do, first I complete that try catch. Okay, try catch. So here I am giving that exception E. Okay, so now it's fine. Now I will create this one into service class. Okay, now I created this one. So next thing what we need to do, converter. So converter means we need a entity class also. So I will create a entity class in a foot application. I will create a entity class new like this. Next, here user entity, user details, detail entity. Okay, here also I am giving that package name is entity. Okay, now it's creating. Okay, now it's created for here. Okay, so in the DTO whatever we've written the data, same data I'm copy and paste it into that entity class. Okay, so now it pasted. After whatever we need, like that getter, setter and everything I will creating. Generate and default constructor and field constructor in a entity we cannot use toasting method, so I'm not using the toasting method. Okay, so and one more thing, this is a entity class. We need to add all the annotations. Like first I will give the annotation for entity at entity. Okay, and one more thing, we need to add like a table name at table name. So okay, so this one I'm using for a name. In a name means I didn't create, so what I will do, I will open my database. I will create this one here. First I'm creating for database, create database. So this is what foot application. So what I will do, I will use for FA. Okay, like foot application. Okay, foot application. Okay, so now I'm creating this database. Okay, and then next thing what we need, next thing like table we need. So I'm using this same thing, like a create table. Okay, so table we need to use this database. After only we'll do the table. I'm using the same database, and this is for the user table, so I'm giving user. Okay, like this one. After I'm making like this, I'm making this one in a small u. Okay, so user table like and one more thing, we need to give all the data, everything properly, otherwise it will give error. First thing for id, so id in a sense it is for integer. I'm giving integer, and primary key, and one more thing we will add for auto increment also. So I'm using auto increment. So auto increment, and the next thing for a name, so username I want to write user underscore name. So if you put normal name, it will consider like a default thing, so set like now see this one. Okay, so that only I'm giving for a username. Okay, so this also this data type is a varchar. So varchar, like I will give for 50 characters or 20 characters enough. Okay, 20 characters. And one more thing, I want to give that not null constraint I want to give, so not null. Okay, and then next thing like username. Okay, next thing email. Okay, so user email or user mail or anything you can write. Okay, so I'm writing user email, and here also varchar only, varchar. So varchar in a sense I will give for 100, and not null. And one more thing, password also we want to write user pass I'm giving. Okay, so this user pass, this also like a varchar and not null. So everything is perfect. Okay, so I'm creating this one. Now it's affected. Okay, now it's created that table. Now I am checking once, cross verification. So select star from this database, this table. Okay, like a foot application database, and user is a table. So this one id, username, user mail, and user pass I written. Okay, so it's created. Now I will add for a user. Okay, now I have added. So every column also we need to add. So first thing, check this one. Here it is, 3 things is there. like this is what one column. After primary key also it's there, okay, and auto void also is there, sorry, auto increment. Okay, so first thing we need to write that column. First we will add a primary key. So primary key in a sense, if you give the id, so it is by identification like a primary key. Okay, so at this I'm giving, so this id means it's identification like a primary key. Okay, and the next auto increment. So auto increment I have already, I am using that same thing. 1 second. So entity, okay, user entity, so this one I am using. So this one generator value means it will generate value in a strategy generate type identity. So this identity means it's like it getting this one. Okay, so this identification it will get after it will increase one by one value. Okay, automatically we don't need to increase that value, we not need to give that value also id. Okay, so after we will give that a column name at column co column, okay, column name in a sense id, and the next one what, so we need to give this again column also, this one id. So here what we will write username, so I'm user name I'm giving, and one more thing what, so everything please give one space. Okay, otherwise it will give it will not likable. Okay, so next one for a user email, so user underscore email, and next one for this one like user pass, user underscore pass. Okay, so I'm checking again one more time, so user mail, user email, and password name also it's same thing. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, so what next thing, so next thing like converter we need to do, because we have DTO also, entity also. If you want to save any code into database, you want to create that converter, so I'm creating converter here. Like new one more class I'm creating, class this one for a user converter, user detail this converter. So this one package name also I'm giving converter. Okay, now it's fine. I am creating this one. Now it is created here. So first thing what we need to do, so two things like first one for I am writing to DTO, and next one for to entity. Okay, these two things we need to do like a TTO. Okay, so first we will do this to TTO. Okay, so what I will do, public. Okay, I am creating this function public static and we need to return this formation also. So what I will give for this is for a DTO means we need to return that entity class object. Okay, so I'm copy this one entity, I'm returning this one, that a function is a to TTO, sorry, to entity. I will write first this one to entity, and we need to send the argument also, like that argument TTO. Okay, so where it is the TTO, here it is there. So this one I will copy and I will paste here. Here I am giving that variable name TTO. control Z. Okay, now it's fine. I am importing everything. Okay, now it's completed. So I am returning for the data over 20 now. Okay, otherwise it will give error. So one by one we will do like same thing. So this DTO. Okay, so what we will do, we want to create first one object. Okay, so I'm creating this object, this entity object. I'm giving entity variable name and a new this data after I'm giving this one. Okay, now it's fine. So and the next thing we will set one by one data entity dot set id where it is there. Here DTO it is there. Okay, so it is it has the data, so I'm using the DTO dot get int. Okay, and the next thing entity, same thing, I'm using the same entity dot get name I will write second, so name one, and DTO dot okay, sorry, here get set name I want to write set name. Okay, set name, here I will write a get name. Okay, now it's fine. And two more things are there left. Entity dot set mail, and after DTO dot get mail. Okay, next thing entity dot set password. Okay, and this one DTO dot get password. Okay, now it's everything is fine. After we will return this entity here. Okay, now it's completed. And one more thing, same thing I will copy and paste it again, and I will change some configuration. Like here I am changing for a 2 TTO, and this one I will change whole configuration. So I am change this one into entity. Okay, now it's fine, and I will change everything here also, like this user detail in DTO I need, so I'll paste here. Okay, so and next thing I will create an object in a TTO side. This entity I am removing, I am adding for a DTO. Okay, so everything I am changing. Okay, and now entity also I want to write. And this DTO we will return. Okay, so two things, like two converter I did. Okay, like a two entity and two TTO. So everything is completed. Okay, here also everything is completed. Okay, no problem. Okay, next thing what I will do in a service. Okay, where it is service. First thing what we will do, we will validate the data. Okay, so here you want to validate. Here I don't have the time to validate the things. Okay, so you know already how to validate and everything, so you will go through that all those things that earlier video is there. Okay, go through the things. I'm giving that validation. And so if it is validation complete, then only we will convert the data. Okay, like here only I'm doing that TTO to entity. Okay, so now what I will do, this one I'm using this to entity. Okay, so it will return this data, so I'm taking the data into the place. Okay, entity, I'm creating one variable after I am converting this data into entity. So what I am doing, this class name I am taking, I am directly call this function. Okay, so this one, user details converter dot to entity. So entity in a sense DTO I am passing that variable. Okay, it will convert and it will store into this place. Now it's fine. And one more thing here, I am using try catch method. Here also I am using that catch method. Catch exception e. Okay, now it's fine everything. Once we completed, we will store the data. Okay, so if it is stored means first we need to check the data if it is there or not. Okay, so what I will do in that case, and one more thing, primary key and everything is there, not null. Also what is that? Okay, so first thing I will check. First we need to validate the data, it is in a database or not. So if it is in a database, we don't need to save this data. Okay, so what I will do, first I will get the data from the database. Okay, so I will use that as select statement. Okay, so what, and one more thing I didn't create. Okay, so now I will create this class for JPA repository. Okay, JPA repository I am using for a user repository. Okay, user repository, here I am using that repository. Okay, I am add the package also repository. Okay, save, and I need to add the interface. So here the interface is the JPA repository. So here three things are there. So what I will do, and I will create this one. Okay, I added the first one. Now that repository also added, so that configuration I will do, like first one is a interface face, and after extends. Okay, now it's completed. Extend interface, it's a small. Okay, now is everything fine. Here we need to give that entity name, entity class name. So entity class name, where it is there, here it is there. I'm taking this thing and I will paste into this place. After id means it integer. Okay, now it's integer. I'm importing this one. Okay, now it's completed. So what I will do, this one, I'm calling this one. Okay, I'm copy this one and I paste into this place. Where is service? Here it is there. Okay, so first I will configure this one, auto wired. Okay, configuring a repo. Okay, now it's everything is fine. So this same thing I will using dot. Here if you scroll, if you click the dot, it will give exist inbuilt functions, everything. So what you want, you will check that same thing. Okay, so what I will do, find by okay, so email address. So that email address, it should be unique. Okay, it want to unique. So if it is there already existing, no, we don't need to take. Okay, we don't need to update. Okay, so two things are there. In a database also we can give the constraints, and here also we can check the data. Okay, so now I will checking that I will check the data if it is there or not. Okay, so find by whatever the name I am giving, that I will check once. so I am giving for mail. Okay, so this I am using same thing, find by mail. Yeah, and I will send the data. The data it is in already it is in entity. Okay, so what I will do first, I will take the data first, string mail equal to this entity dot get mail. Okay, first I am getting the data from that entity, after I am sent it to this place. Okay, so if it is there mean it will fetch and it will give to them, give to us. So if it is give means we need to store somewhere. So what I will give, it will go for the data in optional formats. Okay, I will do in optional so int, so int is op equal to like, so int is not okay, so what I will do, integer. First I will create this one. Okay, so it giving that error, so change into find by all, find by no. I am creating this one, so now it's created. So optional string, what it is giving, so I'm change this one, I'm giving this entity here. Now until optional it's come. Okay, now it's fine. I'm giving for okay integer or int, I will give okay, so integer means it will give the count. Okay, so now I'm taking that integer, after what I will do in a service. Okay, here also it is there, optional. Okay, so next thing we need to check, it will give the data only. So after what we will do, int val I'm taking equal to this optional, it's contain the data. So what we will do, I'm copy this one and op dot get, I'm getting the data from that place. Okay, so now it's fine. After what I will do, if okay, that val equal to 0 means, okay, so if it is the data equal to 0 means, if it is no data only it will give 0, otherwise it will give for some value. Okay, so if it is equal to 0 means I will save the data. So what I will do, I will copy this one, repo dot save entity. So this entity I am using. Okay, so now it's completed. Else, okay, else mean what I am doing, throw new exception in like throw new exception, I will throw enter valid detail. Okay, okay, so and one more thing here, we need to throw the exception, which throws exception. Okay, so now here also what I am doing, and this one I am taking this one throw new exception. But what it will give, it will already catching that error. Okay, same error only we are throwing. Okay, so e dot throw new exception e dot get message. So this exception, what it will do, it will give one big object. Okay, so that big object contain that message also and a lot of more information also, but we need for message only. So that why I'm getting that message after I'm throwing that things. Okay, so and one more thing here, I'm removing this one. If it is everything is success, okay, that uploading things also success. Okay, it not giving any error. So what we will do, we will return success. Okay, or okay, here I am string. Okay, so now it's completed. Okay, everything is completed. I will run my application. Java application. Okay, so everything is correct only. It giving error. Okay, so what is the thing that failed repo application user record that repository could not found. Okay, so at JP repository something happened in the place. Failed repo in the configuration. Okay, user service. So repository it is there. Something I missed or not? 1 minute, I will check once. So everything is correct only. JP repository extended to this place. So repository. Interface one I'm giving. Extends. Okay, so here also extend JP repository. Okay, here. Okay, everything is fine. Make sure that service also I'm on check. Repo. So repo means it's giving something like, okay, in a controller. Where is the controller? Okay. Okay, everything is fine. User repository something. Okay, here it is now. Again I will run my application. Sorry, this is what not mine. This is okay. This photo application I will run again. Okay. Okay, that user service application repo, failed repo in that application foot application service bean type foot application repository could not be found. Okay, so 1 second. So this is what thing like a user. Okay, user details entity and make integer also I'm giving the place. Okay, at repository. Okay, now I give this one. Okay, now it's fine. Again I will run application. What is that thing? 1 second. Everything is okay. I'm creating this thing. Okay, I'm sorry. So what I did, the repos, okay, I created in outside of this foot application, so that is the problem. Okay, dot I'm giving to here and I will merge into that same place. I'm moving this one. Okay, now it's fine. Refresh. See, now only it came. Okay, and one more thing, the service we will change this thing. Okay, here also repository dot is there. Added one more thing. Okay, now it's fine. Now everything is fine. Okay, so I'm uncommenting all those things. Okay, now it's fine. Now I'll run my application. See, my application also started. I'm not getting any error, so that error why means I created the repository in outside of this foot application. Okay, I'm created in this folder. Okay, so that is what I am getting that error. Okay, now everything is success. I will open my Postman. We will check that application it is working or not. Okay, so in that we have only less time only, so I not implement the validation. So you want to implement that validation, then only you will move these things. Okay, if it is not validation success, don't need to don't update the data in the database. I am creating a new folder. So I am creating this one new folder. Okay, I am giving that name is foot application. Foot application. Okay, and one more thing, I am creating for a new one folder also. This is what I user module, so I am giving for user. Okay, Now enter, I am adding for one request. Okay, so this request is a post mapping, so I am changing that mapping also post mapping, and that URL http / localhost. I want to make sure it is working in a which folder, like see it is working in 8080 port. Okay, so I am using that 8080 port. After user I am writing, because I am using for request mapping in controller. See, this is what that thing. So after only we need to call this one registration, and I am calling this registration. And one more thing, like a body I am selecting, and the data is raw data, and text is JSON formation. Okay, so body raw, and the text formation is JSON. Okay, and what are the data we need, like id, and the id we don't want. Okay, so next thing, like a name in a sense, name, and mail. And the next one more thing is a password. Okay, so that name I am giving for a Raj, email id I am giving for raj@gmail.com, raj@gmail.com, and password raj. Raj 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so now it's everything is success, so I will send this data. And one more thing here, something we are giving for null value only. So what I will do this one. Okay, so I didn't complete that controller properly, so directly I will return this data not. So now I will do, like I will store one value like string result this data. After I am returning this data. Okay, response entity here also, like this one I am returning this null into this place, and here e dot get message. Now it's fine. Okay, everything is fine. What about this one? Okay, now I will run again. Maybe now only it's completed, it's incomplete. Okay, so they specified what is the specified result type did not match the selection type, photo application entity multiple selection with tuple or array, something what it's giving. Okay, I will again send this data. Okay, so it giving that error. See, I am changing some value in this place, like Raj T. User detail entity select did not match the type of application, photo application. Okay, in a service it's giving that error, this error get validity integer, it's giving error. Okay, so I'm changing this, so it's not giving that entity value. Okay, I'm checking this one. I'm get value in this, like, and one more thing here I am giving to this one. If equal to null means, so now I am thinking like if it is give integer we can check directly, otherwise we will not get we can't check. Okay, so if it is like, no, we will check it is null only, it will store, otherwise don't need to store this data. Okay, now I am changing this same thing also. Return this one. Okay, now it's, now this also success. Now I am sending that same data. Select ID, user, email, name, pass, JDBC exception, SQL. So maybe I will check once it is the data is there or not, I don't know. But first time it happened, maybe. Okay, the data is not there, but it's giving error, JDBC exception. Select everything. Okay, select user ID and user email, user name and user password from user, where user email. What is the error? Email, it's mail only we are getting and we are sending to this place after we get this data. Okay, table library management user doesn't access. I'm sorry. So now we created a different data things. Okay, so this put application only we created the database, but in the configuration thing I missed something. Okay, so this one library management thing, we'll change this one. Okay, now it's fine. So no value present. It giving that error, no value present means, okay, select it giving that error. Where it is there? Okay, here it will giving that things. Okay, it went outside only, so that's the problem. Everything now it's fine. Okay, I will send this data. stopping this one. Okay, need to create this one. Okay, now it's perfect. Okay, so everything is perfect, but it's giving some error. Okay, so we will see tomorrow. Okay, so whatever we did earlier, we did all those things. Okay, same thing only it's doing now. Now it's okay. So tomorrow also class will be there. Okay, everyone will join now tomorrow. Okay, so anybody have any doubt, it once I complete, I will tomorrow I will show to you everyone. Okay, hello,
Okay, now.
எதுவும் டவுட் எதுவும் இருக்கா?
Okay.
எல்லாம் நடத்துன்னு இருக்கு. ஹலோ,
சொல்லுங்கண்ணா.
எதுவும் டவுட் எதுவும் இருக்கா?